Hey, what's up, you guys? It is Victasia Parker, also known as Good Gal Gone Badu, back with another video. So I have a lot of downloads and just little spiritual gems in my notes on my phone, and Spirit's been making it very clear that it's time to start firing off. It's time to start firing off. So I'm going to start firing off and sharing these realizations, these moments with you guys. So today, like I said, the notes are on my phone, so I'm going to be referencing to that. Today we're talking about transmuting jealousy into inspiration. All right, so jealousy is a natural emotion, okay? As humans, we naturally tend to lean towards jealousy when we see something that we want, when we lust after something, when we get that feeling deep within, that stirring where we're almost upset because someone else has something that we want. We've all been there. I have personally been there, but the difference is that the winners pray that jealousy away, and God turns it into inspiration. God turns it into a legacy. God turns it into energy to keep you going. God turns that jealousy into love. That's why prayer is so important on the journey to your spiritual wellness, okay? You might be wondering, how exactly can I relate to this? And I thought about so many different examples, but I will use the most primal example that I could link to my very first experiences with the feelings of jealousy, envy, greed, comparison. It all stems from the same place. I grew up with friends that were much richer than I was. And when I say richer, I'm talking mommy and daddy money. Where I'm from, mommy and daddy money, we ain't have McDonald's money today, sweetheart. Okay, that's where I come from. And instead of allowing that to spark envy or jealousy within me, I allowed that to be a physical manifestation of a goal to chase after. Not their way, but my own way. Again, this is where prayer becomes so important on the path to your spiritual wellness, because you can chase after that thing that those other people have that you want from that jealous and envious feeling, but what you reap, you shall sow. And if you reap with tears of jealousy, envy, and greed, you shall sow jealousy, envy, and greed. But when you feel that jealousy and envy and that greed creeping up, you know the feeling, because you won't want to share it with anybody. You start to question yourself. You start to have darker thoughts, and you're like, yo, where is this coming from? I've never felt this before. Pause, reflect, talk to God about it, and let the light be shown on your shadows. This is what we refer to as shadow work. How can I turn my shadow energy, my jealousy, my envy, my greed, into my light energy, my inspiration, my drive, my gusto? Prayer. And realizing that the only thing separating you from what you want and where you are is action. Once you realize that and you start taking those baby steps and you start getting the little tastes of success, the crumbs of the whole loaf that God is promising you, then you start to loosen up. You start to look to those people that we were talking about in the beginning with the jealousy, envy, and greed. You begin to look at them as teachers. That's the turning point, is when you go from looking at those that you once envied to then looking at them as your teacher. We learn and teach. We learn from and teach to everyone in our experiences. Every single person, even those that we have deemed beneath us, okay? There's that shadow aspect. We've all done it. We've all deemed someone beneath us. I can guarantee you that person that you deemed beneath you can teach you so much more than anyone that you have put on a pedestal above you. Because it is our shadow aspects that make us who we are. Because those shadows guide us to our actions. We are who we become based on our actions. Let me say that again. We are who we become based on our actions, and that all starts with, how do you feel? Are you moving based on jealousy, envy, greed? Are you moving based on light, inspiration, and love? That's where the two differ. How to transmute jealousy into inspiration? Ask yourself, why are you jealous? Does that mean that you feel like you can't have it? And if so, who said that you couldn't? That's just lack mentality. This is what triggers the entire process of disciplining your mind into believing in more abundant thoughts, into a more abundant reality. The more that you believe that you can achieve, the more that you will achieve, and you will no longer care about who else is achieving what, because you will be focused on what you are achieving. Focus on paving your own lane, and it will expand before you in magnificent ways. If you want to glance in other people's direction, because it's natural, we're kind of nosy, we want to know sometimes, but don't hurt your own feelings because you want to be nosy. Just like how you might check up on your ex because you want to see if they doing better. Don't be mad if the next look a little bit better than you do. Stay in your own lane. Keep your eyes on God. You know that it's all good. And know that divine timing is working in your favor. There is no rush. The divine does not believe in timing. That is a man-made concept. We call it divine timing, but in reality, it's just divine. When it drops in, when it happens is when it's supposed to happen. It's really about getting in tune with the Most High, with God, Spirit, your ancestors, your angels, your guides, whoever you want to refer to as the Most High Power. It all comes from one main source. Once you get in tune with that main source, you are only focused on paving your lane. So when you glance over and you see somebody else's lane is extended a little bit further than yours, you will clap for them, and then you'll be like, well, dang, let me see how I can do that over here. Healthy competition. Healthy competition. Use other people's success to fuel you with love, with hope. Don't let it drag you down with shadows of jealousy, envy, greed. Let it light you up with feelings of love, laughter, light, and joy. How to transmute jealousy into inspiration? Use that as your goal. Use that as your end result to say, they did it, so can I. Even if it is mommy and daddy money, somewhere in that lineage, someone had to make some form of a huge sacrifice in order to be able to create mommy and daddy money. You get those feelings of jealousy because you want mommy and daddy money. You want to be able to provide mommy and daddy money for your kin to come. Use them as your inspiration to feed you love, light, joy, and abundant thoughts. To say, they have it, which means that I can achieve it too. That is how you can transcend the shadows of jealousy, envy, greed. Is it going to happen overnight? Absolutely not. This is why it is a spiritual journey to wellness. I'm going to go ahead and leave this reading right here. I hope you guys found this helpful. I know that I did a lot of repeating and talking in circles, but I feel like there's a reason for everything. Thank you guys so much, and until next time, namaste.